The morning sun rose over Umuhai, bright and full of energy, unlike Chisom, who lay sprawled across her raffia bed, snoring softly as if she had wrestled 10 spirits during the night. Her mother, Mama Nwondo, had already swept the compound, fetched water, and prepared breakfast. By 10 a.m., Chisom finally rolled off the bed. "Mama," she said, rubbing her eyes dramatically, "my body is heavy. I think something is pursuing me in the dream." Mama Nwondo didn't look up from pounding yam leaves. "It's sleep that is pursuing you. Get up and sweep this house." But Chisom wrapped her cloth around her waist, sighed heavily and said, "Mama, I dreamt that a woman with red eyes was chasing me with broom. If I touch Broom now, she might appear." Her mother groaned. "Chisom, it is laziness that is chasing you, not any woman." But Chisom simply walked outside, yawning loudly, completely convinced something supernatural was after her. Chisom had a long list of excuses she recycled like old newspapers. If she misplaced her slippers, she blamed witches. If she forgot to wash plates, she blamed village people. If she overslept, she said she was under spiritual attack. One afternoon, her friend Edeora came to visit. "Chisom, let's go to the stream to wash clothes." Chisom gasped. "Stream? My enemies will follow me there." Edeora burst into laughter. "Which enemies? You don't even have any achievement for enemies to fight." Chisom hissed, offended. "You will not understand. I feel a heavy presence anytime I want to walk." A goat bleated loudly beside her as if mocking her. She pointed immediately. "You see? Even animals know something is wrong spiritually." Edeora shook her head. "Chisom, you just hate work." But Chisom didn't listen. She genuinely believed all her problems came from some invisible wicked forces. The last Saturday of the month was sanitation day in Umuhai. Everyone, young, old, rich, poor, came out to sweep, clear bushes, and tidy the environment. Even the palm trees looked ready for duty. But Chisom, she sat by the doorway wearing a fancy head tie, applying lip gloss, and fanning herself with a magazine. The youth leader, Oki, approached her. "Chisom, we haven't seen you with Broom." She waved him away. "Please, Oki, don't stress me. I'm not strong today. Something attacked me in the night." Oki laughed. "Every month something attacks you. You need to arrest that thing." Chisom frowned. "What are you trying to say?" "That you are lazy," Oki said plainly. Chisom jumped like someone stepped on her pride. "Lazy? Me? Oki, respect yourself." The other youths laughed quietly, shaking their heads. Chisom didn't care. She believed they didn't understand the heavy spiritual load on her life. Back home, Mama Nwondo sat heavily on the bamboo chair, staring at her daughter who was humming happily and painting her nails. "Chisom," her mother began gently, "you are not cursed. You are not bewitched. You just don't like work." Chisom gasped dramatically. "Mama, how can you say such a thing? You don't feel the spiritual burden on me." Mama Nwondo rubbed her forehead. "Which burden? You sleep like a pregnant goat every day. Even witches fear people who sleep too much." "Mama, I know what I feel. Something presses me every time I try to walk." Her mother pointed at her heart. "That something is here. Inside your chest. It's called laziness." But Chisom simply hissed, stood up, and walked away like an offended princess. 2 weeks later, a problem came. Not witchcraft. Not spiritual attack. Visitors. Mama Nwondo's elder sister from Enugu arrived with her husband and 3 children. They brought yams, plantains, and trouble because the house needed cleaning, extra cooking, and more water. Chisom panicked. "Auntie, you people came without warning." Auntie Uchechi laughed. "Yes. That's how surprises work." Mama Nwondo called out, "Chisom, Help me wash the big pot so I can cook for them. Chisom immediately placed her hand on her forehead. Huh. Mama. My head is spinning. I don't know if it's from the dream I had. Her mother glared at her. Touch that pot before I give you a reason for your head to spin. But even then, Chisom washed the pot with 2 fingers as if the pot were a dangerous charm. The visitors watched her laziness with confusion. Auntie Uchechi whispered, Nwondo, what is wrong with this child? Mama Nwondo replied, she believes witches are chasing her. Auntie Uchechi burst into loud laughter that shook the compound. Later that week, Oki met Chisom at the market. Chisom, you're buying tomatoes. Did witches send you on this errand? She rolled her eyes. Oki, please leave me. He smiled teasingly. Prove me wrong. Join the youth for sanitation next Saturday. If you work for 1 hour without collapsing, I will stop calling you lazy. Are you challenging me? Yes. She stood tall, chest out. Fine. Get ready. I will surprise everybody. Oki shrugged. We'll see. But deep inside, Chisom was terrified. What if she touched Broom and fainted? What if spirit slapped her? What if she saw that red-eyed woman again? The fears tormented her all week. Sanitation day arrived. The compound gathered. Even children came with tiny brooms. Chisom appeared like a warrior, head high, wrapper tight, determination mixed with fear on her face. Oki handed her a broom. The crowd held their breath. Chisom stared at the broom as if it were a spiritual snake. She touched it. Nothing happened. She lifted it. Still nothing. She swept once, twice, 3 times. The people gasped jokingly. She is alive. She didn't faint. No spirit appeared. Oki clapped loudly. Ladies and gentlemen, behold the miracle. Chisom, realizing nothing was happening to her, swept harder. Something unlocked inside her, the fear she carried dissolved. For the first time, she felt normal. Human. Not spiritually attacked. Just in control. She swept for 1 hour straight. After that day, something truly powerful happened, not witchcraft, but transformation. Chisom began doing small chores without prompting. She fetched water. She washed plates. She bathed early. She even helped her mother cook vegetable soup. Mama Nwondo watched in shock and joy. My daughter, you're working. Chisom laughed. Mama, I think the witch attacking me was just my mindset. You finally know. Even Oki noticed the difference. One afternoon he teased her, so, the spirits finally freed you. She grinned. No. I fired them. Everyone in the community began using her story as an example. You see Chisom. She used to blame witchcraft for everything. Now she's working like a normal human being. Chisom didn't mind. She was proud of her growth. One bright morning, Mama Nwondo organized a small family gathering. She placed food on the table, hot gari, vegetable soup, and roasted fish. Chisom served the plates herself. After the meal, her mother stood and said, My people, I called you all here to thank God. My daughter who used to blame witches for everything is now responsible. Everyone clapped. Auntie Uchechi hugged Chisom. My dear, we are proud of you. Even Oki walked forward. I told you the only witch holding you was laziness. Chisom laughed. Yes, Oki. And I finally cast it out. Her mother kissed her forehead. Your life will now move forward. A child who walks, grows. A child who sleeps too much, remains in one place. Chisom nodded with understanding. The village of Umuhai went to bed that night proud of the girl who once feared brooms.